Oh, what is good, fight fans? What is going on? It is another edition of Boxing Profiles TV, another weekly edition of our live show here at the Georgie Duke. Yo, am I? You look good?
Yeah.
We look good? Oh, we look good? Right on. Once again, here in Vacaville, Georgie Duke Center, Boxing Profiles TV. I am here with the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, G Kundo, and kickboxing expert right here. No lie neither. And boxing coach, head boxing coach here at the Georgie Duke, Mr. Coach Tonsil Prince. Coach, how you doing this week?
I'm good, bro.
There's a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about. There's a big week in boxing that just happened, right? A big old week, right?
Yeah, it's a you know what? It's a great week of boxing. We saw this weekend. We saw the fight between. I'm gonna jump right into it. We saw the fight between Bivol and Beterbiev, or some people say something.
Beterbiev,
Beterbiev,
whatever.
All I know is this: what I saw, I did not like. And it's happening too much in boxing, and it's happened I held up 4 fingers. It happened 3 times in 3 major fights, okay? And each one of them was basically involved in a championship fight, and it has to stop, okay? And it's bad, poor judging.
Before you go on, Coach, if you guys feel the same or even feel otherwise, hit us in the comments. No, seriously, we want to hear from you. Whether you're yay or nay on the subject, we want to hear from you. This is Coach Prince's expert opinion and what he thinks and what he's seen. So wait. Before you go on, let me play devil's advocate real quick. Not that I disagree with you, Coach, but people that are saying that Beterbiev won are saying, look at Bivol's face.
Okay. Well. Okay. Now. Okay. So let me say this. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. So when it comes down to boxing, all 4 sanctions that sanction boxing, they all have their rules, right?
Right.
Okay. And a lot of the rules are similar. Okay. And there is no sanction that says a pressure fighter gets points for putting pressure on the other fighter. You get points by throwing punches, okay? Where this came from, where everybody is saying, well, he's pressuring the guy, he's the more aggressive. You don't get points for being aggressive or any of that sort of stuff. I don't know where people are getting this notion from. It's a narrative that was to spin off, and people are just using it, and they're making bad decisions. Okay. Now, the 3 fights that I want to talk about real quick is first is the Bivol Beterbiev fight. Then there's the Shaki Foster Conceição fight. Okay. Then there's also the Ortiz and Boachuk fight. Now, all those fights happened this year. Okay, and each one of those fights, it was a judge that made bad decisions. Okay, now here's what I suppose. I'm kind of going on the same thing as what Teddy Atlas is saying. Teddy Atlas is saying that we need to hold these judges accountable. Okay,
right.
So
heard of that.
What boxing needs, we need to have alternative judges. And here's what I mean. Or a committee like Teddy Atlas would say. Okay, you know how the NFL's got the major referees on the field?
Yes.
Right? And then when there is a controversy call,
right,
then they call to New York. They call to New York, and then New York makes the final decision, right? Okay, so that's exactly what boxing needs. Boxing needs to hold these judges accountable.
Like you said, a commission.
Exactly. Need to know, okay, why did this judge make this bad decision? That's number 1. Okay? That's number 1. All right? Okay, see, I got my wife calling. Hey, babe, I'll call you back, okay? All right? I'll definitely call you back.
Hey, Coach Jose.
Yeah. What's up, Coach? How you doing? So, okay, I'll call her back. Oh, we went off blind. We went off. There we go.
We back.
So, we're back. So, the way it needs to be done is this, okay? Like, let's just take the fight. One of the judges called it a draw.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
One judge called it a draw, and then one judge said Bivol won, and then the last judge said Beterbiev won, right? Whereas you could clearly see Bivol was moving. He showed offense, he showed defense, he showed everything. And the reason why Bivol's eye was messed up is because, just like I tell my fighters to keep their hands right here. Do not hold your hand out here, because a guy with a good punch or something like that, this arm can be moved. You can hold this stiff in place, and then like this, anybody could come up and move this hand just like this, because there's no baseline that's here, right? But if you have it right here, you try to pull this down, you're not going to be able to pull this down, because it's base, it's something supporting it, right? So when nothing is supporting it, and you hit my hand, it goes right into the face. And leather gloves, what do? They cut, they bruise, right? There it is. His eye wasn't closed, it was bruised up underneath here. Now, you could go back and look at the tapes. Beterbiev did hit him, but Beterbiev did not hit him in his eye consistently. Beterbiev was basically, he couldn't set his feet. He couldn't knock him out because Bivol was moving the whole time. He never stopped moving. And I always tell my fighters, your legs is going to take you there, and the legs is going to take you out. Okay? Hector Camacho Jr. told me, he said, Prince, he says, what you're doing is great with all your fighters. He says, but you got to get them to move. Okay? He said, the one thing that my dad taught me, your legs will get you in there, and your legs will get you out. Your legs get you out of trouble. And that's exactly what Bivol was displaying. His legs got him out of trouble. Beterbiev could not knock him out. Why? Because Beterbiev does not know how to throw a punch on the move. He could throw a punch while being flat-footed.
Right, he's set, right.
Yeah, everybody is standing in front of him. But when you got a fighter that's constantly moving, and a fighter does not know how to throw a punch on the move, which is a rare occasion, they know that. And the reason why they don't know it, because that's old school. You understand? The new generation, they don't do the things that the old school fighters did. Okay, all right? They don't do those things. So bottom line to it is, that was a display of it. Okay. Now you're gonna have your people that disagree with me. Fine, of course, you disagree. But the bottom line to it is this: Bivol won that fight. And I'm not the only person saying it, okay?
Right. There's plenty of people
that's saying it. And
personally, I believe it too. I'm just saying.
These are all top-notch professionals that are saying it. We all have the exact same thing. Or we all saying the same. Now, everybody that's saying the same thing can't be wrong. You can't be wrong, okay? But in none of the sanctions, I'm gonna say it again. Nobody gets points for aggressiveness. Nobody gets points for putting pressure on a person. You get points by hitting your opponent. Okay? And any of these professionals out here, if you guys want to try to say I'm wrong, I'll pull the rule book up in front of you of all 4 sanctions and show you don't get any points whatsoever. And how I know too, I went in today and double checked on each and every sanction. Do you get points to be pressure a person? Okay? So where did that crap come from that, oh, he was pressuring him the whole time? That's nonsense.
Like you said,
it's nonsense, and it needs to stop. These judges need to be held accountable. And if they make a bad decision, right? They make a bad decision. They need to be interviewed and say, okay, you said this, you made this decision. Can you give us any reason why?
What was your thought process?
What's your thought process? And what fight was you watching?
At least have them explain.
Explain it to the people so we all get a better understanding. Because look, this is happening 3 times this year. And it's poor judging. And it sucks because, look, fighters put their blood, sweat, tears. They put their whole life into being a champion, and to have a judge rob them of it, dude, it's just wrong. It is wrong, and it has to stop. Okay. Now I have another thing that I want to bring up. Okay, real quick. I said hold the judges accountable, and we need to have alternative judges, which makes a lot of sense. Okay. Now there is one other thing that we could do. Now I don't think anybody would agree with this, but only the true fighters would say I think that's a great idea. And here's what you do. I think we should go back to 15 rounds. And here's why I say that. Here's why I say that, okay? Number 1. I know somebody said I was crazy. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Just hear me out. I have a good one, bro. The reason why we go back to 15 rounds is because in a 15-round fight, right? There's only a couple things that could happen. It's very rare that you see a 15-round fight go the distance. Okay? So therefore, it eliminates the judging. You understand? Either you're going to win the fight, the first half of the fight, okay?
Right.
And then you're going to lose the second half of the fight, right?
Right.
Okay? It's very few people. In the time when I was coming up in that golden era, when guys was fighting the 15 rounds, right? We didn't see this happening. Judges making bad decisions like that. We did not see that.
Because even before the fight was over, someone would get knocked out.
They'll get knocked out,
or get gassed,
or the only person that would stop the fight is the ref. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a way to eliminate the judges. We go back to the 15 rounds. Okay? So, you know, if we could get the sanctions to say, okay, it's not right, and we should go back to 15 rounds. Now, here's the thing. It is more dangerous. You understand?
It is.
It is more dangerous. A lot more fighters, okay, now back in the day, a lot of fighters were getting killed. A lot of fighters were getting mangled up. A lot of fighters were getting injured. But let me tell you guys something. When it all boils down to it, either you're a fighter or you're not.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
No half-stepping when it comes to it.
There ain't no half-stepping when it comes to this game. Like I said, this game is what? Savagery? This is savagery.
Brutality.
Okay? There ain't nothing pretty about boxing. Okay? And we need to take boxing back to the savagery in order for us to get there. We got into this thing, well, wait, let me correct that. Some of you guys got into this thing, I can be pretty while I'm doing all this, right? That's garbage. That's straight garbage. Okay? That is straight garbage. You can't be pretty and be a savage at the same time. It just doesn't work. It don't mix. Come on. Okay? It doesn't make any sense. Either you got the killer instinct or you don't. Okay? And that's just the way it is. Okay? And ain't nothing, there's no middle. You are or you ain't. It's just that simple. Okay? Getting back to the judges, man.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Well,
it's horrible.
You know, arguably, and I, you know, and I'm sure you've heard about it in the past. Arguably, what sources say as well is obviously with Beterbiev there and with the judges favoring him, could have been a money talks aspect about it. Like you said, something that the commission would knock out.
Okay, well,
something that the ref and
let's do this. Let's don't even go there. And here's why I'm gonna say that. Here's why I say let's don't go there, because that's speculation. Let's
speculation.
Let's stay away from that. And the reason why I'm gonna stay away from that is because we don't know.
We don't know.
Okay, so we don't know. But what we do know is Bivol won the fight, and that's facts.
That's facts.
Okay, Bivol won the fight. Period. Okay, and in the interview, Beterbiev even said. He said, was it uncomfortable for you in there? He said, oh, yeah, it was very, very uncomfortable for me in there. So, if it was uncomfortable for you in there, how did he win the fight? How did he win the fight if it's uncomfortable for him inside that ring? This man was all over him. He could not. He couldn't hit him with those power shots that he was doing. He hit him with a few of them, but it was nothing that was significant to be able to really hurt Bivol. It was nothing there. For a guy that's supposed to be, they made him out to be this quote-unquote monster. He's supposed to be like a Mike Tyson and all this other stuff. Again, there'll never be another Mike Tyson.
Never. There'll never be another Ali.
There'll never be another Ali. So we need to stop trying to compare these fighters to other fighters. Okay? You know what I'm saying? We can't compare these guys. All right? You understand? This generation is completely different from the generation that I come from. It's completely different, okay? And the fighters, when I came from, fought with this. They fought with a lot of heart, okay? Nowadays, these guys are scared to even get in the ring with each other. Oh, I want to protect my, what? Really? Come on. Muhammad Ali got beat, and then guess what? He came back for the rematch. And guess what that did? It made it even more exciting because he got beat. And he came back and he was that much better.
That's what I was kind of alluding to with the rematch thing. Because Bivol already said, "Yep, let's do a rematch."
Well, he wasn't the only one. Okay, so Bivol said he wants to rematch. I heard that dude, what's his name? Takashaka Ishik, whatever his name is, Turkish Al Ashik or whatever his name is, right? I heard him say that he's going to try to put together a rematch. That's what I heard him say. I hope to see that rematch. I hope to see good, fair judging. Because again, these guys put their blood, sweat, tears. They put their whole life into this. This is how they make their living. And for a judge just to come by and make a bad call, whether it was on purpose, whether it wasn't, the point of it is it still was a bad call.
Right.
It was a bad call. Now, who's holding these judges accountable? Nobody. No one's holding them accountable. They have to be held accountable. Okay? And it's got to stop. I mean, look, it's just that simple, right? If a referee makes a bad call, all the fans are on him, right?
Right.
All the fans are on top of him, and next thing you know, we don't see that referee again, right?
No.
Okay? Now, I haven't seen Tony Weeks after he made a bad call because everybody was complaining about him, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay? So why don't we do the same thing to the referees? You know what I mean? It just makes
judges.
Well, I'm sorry, not to the judges. To the judges.
Judges, right.
So why don't we do the same thing to them? Hold them accountable. Why? But the referee is actually in the ring, and he's the one that actually, and usually they interview the ref and they tell the ref goes, well, this is what I saw, that's why I stopped the fight, right?
At least do that for the judges too. What did you see? Like, what made you?
Yeah, what made you say that Beterbiev won that? What made you say that? You know what I'm saying? And dude, it's just got to stop. Okay, the Shockey Foster fight with Conceição. Shockey Foster beat the guy all over the ring. Conceição couldn't even really do anything. That's how good Shockey Foster was in that fight. Okay, I'm like, really? And then you gonna say Conceição won the fight? Come on, man, really? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Now, when we start talking about Ortiz and Boachuk, how you get dropped twice? You get dropped twice. I can understand you get dropped one time, okay? You get dropped one time and then you come back and you win the fight.
Right.
But you get knocked down twice? The only way you can win that fight is by a knockout. By a knockout. How is it that when it goes to the decision that he won? There is no possible way that he could have won that fight. None whatsoever. Okay? Now, there's people out there that would disagree with me. Okay? But at the same time, go look at the fight. Go look at the fight. Look, the video is not going to lie. And none of the fights that I talked about, the video is not going to lie.
Look it on YouTube.
Yeah, you can go to YouTube and you guys look it up.
Well,
on
actually,
YouTube.
subscribe to Boxing Profiles TV before you do that. Before you look on YouTube. But yeah, all those
I'm
fights
telling you,
that
man,
Coach mentioned.
it don't make any sense that this is going on in 2024. You understand what I'm saying?
So realistically, how do you think that could be made, essentially?
Hey, babe, what's up? That's right. I'm going to tell him too, baby. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him, and I'll call you back later, okay?
Yeah. But how do you think that commission would be put together, regulated, all of that? Like, realistically, how would that come into fruition?
Okay, so this is how I see it. I don't have a full grasp of it, right? But what I could do is this: I could tell you just an idea that I have. I think that we should have judges that are, they're all former fighters.
That's what I was gonna say.
They're every single one of these judges.
All of them.
Every single one of these judges that's on this committee is a former professional fighter, and some of them will be champions. Okay? Not all of them. Some of them will be champions. Okay? And the reason why you have that is because this way no one can say, well, none of those guys were champions or you know what I mean? That guy was never a champion. Just because a person's not a champion does not mean he doesn't know boxing.
Exactly.
You understand? Exactly. Remember that. The only difference between a champion and a non-champion is one got the opportunity and one didn't, okay? It doesn't mean that the guy that wasn't a champion wasn't a great fighter,
right?
Okay? It doesn't mean, because you never heard of a guy, that he's not a great fighter.
Don't ever
okay? You never ever think that, because there's guys out here that can fight, and they'll beat a lot of your champions. They just never got the opportunity to fight. Trust me on that, okay? All right? So, the bottom line to it is the way to do it is to have some that are champions and some that are not, and they're all former fighters, which will override those judges who never fought before, who all they ever did was just.
That makes complete sense.
You understand what I'm saying? All they ever did was just say, okay, well, I'm gonna be an official, and I signed a piece of paper. Now I'm an official. Now
unfortunately,
exactly.
there's not just in boxing, but unfortunately, there's a lot of experts, quote unquote experts.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because they watch a lot of things or they heard a lot of things, but they actually haven't experienced. In boxing, it is imperative that the person, like you said, actually have fight background instead of just being able, I watched this, I've seen this. Well, have you actually done it? Have you been in the grit and the grind? Have you shed that blood, sweat, and tears in the ring?
Exactly.
Have you put your heart and soul into it? Like you said, they don't necessarily have to be champions.
Right.
They can just be, because there's quote unquote, people call them journeymen, right? Journeymen, but no, they'll beat. Like you said, they'll beat your champ.
Yeah. Well, also too, you have guys out here. Let me tell you what an expert is. An expert in boxing is, number one, a former fighter, is a former champion, okay, is a coach that is doing it every single day, that understands the amateur pedigree, the professional pedigree, okay? He understands the pedigree of what he does in his gym with all his fighters, and he makes good, solid decisions, and his fighters make good, solid decisions because it's all going to show when they're in the ring.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yes, so, not only that, everything that coach is saying is making sense. You understand? Usually you're going to see these guys, they're going to do the videos, they're going to write books, they're going to do all different sort of things to show you who they are. Okay? Now, there are some guys that are experts who don't write books.
Right.
You understand? But the bottom line to it is anybody that's an expert is going to be doing this every single day. That's the expert. Not the guy that's just walking around and all this and he comes to the gym every now and then. That's a casual, what people say, right?
Exactly.
Come on.
And as I was saying, who was it? Rich Gang. Rich Gang said it takes a lot of stuff to live this here lifestyle. That's what it is. It's a lifestyle. It's not just something that you can hop in and out of. Like you said, there's a difference. There's levels.
Yeah.
With me personally, like I said, I'm doing this just for fitness. I could never there's real animals out there, but unfortunately, there's a lot of folks out there that think that they can contend with these straight savages, these beasts that live and breathe it every single day.
Well, we sometimes get guys that come in the gym that want to test you and they want to do this, and then when they come in the gym and they realize, sometimes they realize and they get in that ring and the dude's gonna mash their brain in, then it's a whole different ball game. You understand? Because
everyone has, who said that? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah, Mike Tyson said. Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, right? I mean, look. I mean, there's certain things that you do in boxing, there's certain things that you don't do in boxing. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some guys out there that are pretty tough. You know what I mean? There are some guys, I don't want to say nobody.
Right,
there are some tough guys out there. But at the same time, the bottom line to it is you got to live it, you got to breathe it, you got to know when to do something, when not to do something. And the one word that I can say that you have to have in order to be a great fighter or even a good fighter, instinct.
See, I remember that.
Instinct. It has
said it
to,
at the same time.
It has to happen naturally. It's not something that you could force. It has to happen naturally. Your ability to fight, your ability to move, it has to happen naturally. Okay, and that's the true nature of.
You gotta be the nature boy like Ric Flair.
Woo,
you know.
You gotta. It's just gotta be natural. Okay, and if it's natural, it's gonna flow, and that's the part that people don't get. Okay.
We were just talking about last week, flowing like water. There's that analogy as well. Flowing, being one.
That's it.
Right. Moving in sync.
Exactly. Now let's get back to what we was talking about, the judges and all that other stuff, right? Again, that committee based upon we have to have these guys. And now the other thing is this. Okay, so what the thing of it is we would have to find out, would we have those judges sitting inside of the arena while the fight is going on? You have the different judges around. Have a good night, guys. You have the different judges somewhere behind the other judge where they can actually see what those judges are seeing also. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay? So that would make more sense. And that idea came from DJ Theo. Big shout out to you, Theo, if you watch it.
DJ Theo.
Okay? Because me and Theo, we talked about this, and he said it would make sense if we had those alternative judges right behind the other judges that are right there. And get this. Nobody knows who those judges are.
That's what I'm saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
Perfect.
Incognito. Incognito. And they can make a phone call.
They're like a mystery shopper.
Exactly. They can make that phone call and say, hey, we don't agree with what Judge 4 said. Okay? We don't agree with what Judge 4 said.
Don't steal that.
And they can overturn it. Because
Theo and Coach Prince own that idea.
Okay.
Don't take that, nobody.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, right? That's why it's documented on this video. That's true. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is my whole thing when it comes to the boxing. This has got to stop. Okay? All right. I mean, when I see what happened to Boachuk, okay? When I saw what Boachuk was doing, Boachuk was putting hands on Ortiz. He dropped him twice.
Twice, like you said.
Twice in the fight. Now, I'm gonna point some other stuff out that should have been called that Ortiz was doing, and he didn't, and the referee never called it. Okay. Headbutting is illegal. Pushing with your head is illegal. It is considered a headbutt. And if you go back and look at the video, put your head right here, right? Ortiz was doing this in several rounds. He's doing this. That is illegal. You cannot do that. Period. You can't do it. It is headbutting, pushing with your head, leading with your head like that. He did that. You go back and look at the tapes, right? Referee never called it one time.
Man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. And then for Ortiz to get knocked down twice, and then to say that he won the fight,
and didn't reciprocate those knockdowns. Right. I mean,
what? I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me that all these bad decisions, these bad calls that are making, and it's hurting guys that did nothing wrong. They did absolutely nothing wrong, and your bad decision is hurting that guy. If the guy won the fight, he deserves to win. If the guy lost the fight, he deserves to lose. It's just that simple. Who has the best result? I mean, it can't be no more simpler than that.
Right.
I don't understand how these guys are still. Why are these guys still officials? You understand what I'm saying?
True, yeah.
Why are they officials? Come on.
All right. So changing gears just a little bit. On the same card, talk about controversy. There was another controversy that we saw. It was between, like you said, this one guy who I do like his defensive strategy, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not putting him down, but some of his fights he has that, he likes doing the pretty stuff a little bit. But it caught up with him. I'm talking about the Whitaker Hammond fight.
Yeah,
I gotta laugh.
Yeah.
Coach Prince made me laugh.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. You do all that pretty stuff instead of staying on your game and fight. Okay, like I said.
See, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna be watching some wrestling in about a week or so. We love that, but this was not a pro wrestling match.
This is a boxing.
It turned into it.
It turned into a wrestling match. Then
what happened there, y'all?
Fools flipped over the rope. Come on, man. I mean, really? Come on, man.
And then his leg.
Come on, man.
His leg was hurt. Oh man.
Come on, y'all. Come on, man. I mean, if you want to watch the WWE, then they should have had some WWE matches or something on it. Shit, he might as well put it on there. He had the big ass what was it, the big console and all that other stuff. Why not throw a little bit of wrestling in there too?
Might as well, right?
I mean, come on, man. That way none of the real fighters get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I mean, What's going on in boxing, man? What's going on with judging? What's going on with all these different things with these people, man?
And that's okay though, because I was gonna say, switching to the third thing that we're gonna talk about right here, because I don't want to mess with those names. You guys, I'm sure, saw the highlights of this, the heavyweights. Fraser Clark and Fabio Wardley. That dude was in the corner. I felt bad for Fraser Clark. You know, about the Ninja Turtle the action figures I have with the Michelangelo's problem on this side, but his mouth was cocked.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Let me ask
sir.
you one question. Let me ask you a question. Did he move his head?
That's the thing. I was gonna say.
Yo, did he move his head?
No, I didn't see any head movement in that corner.
Okay, so he wasn't moving his head, right? Okay, so all you fighters that are out there, that's what happens to you when you keep your head on the line. You understand?
And he was stuck in that corner, and
okay,
yep.
That's what happens to you when you are unfamiliar with utilizing the ropes to get you out of the corner. And a lot of the guys that are defensive fighters know what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna drop a piece of gold on y'all tonight. If you go back to Pernell Whitaker's fights and watch Pernell how he used the ropes to get out of the corner.
Yep.
Okay? Look. Everybody teaches the ropes. Stay off the ropes. Stay off the ropes. What about when you need the ropes?
You were just saying.
Okay?
Yep.
You know, there's always a flip side to something that somebody always says. Okay? So if a guy's telling you, stay off the ropes, okay, you got to learn to make the ropes your friend too. Okay? And the only way you're going to learn that is get you a teacher that's going to teach you how to use the ropes the proper way. Okay? And Pernell and his trainer, I believe it was Georgie Benton, they knew how to use the ropes as leverage. You understand what I'm saying? Those ropes are springy. If you know how to bounce off them ropes.
I just watched him utilize his ropes against him when he was going against De La Hoya.
Exactly.
De La Hoya, he bounced off, yeah.
Exactly.
And he bounced off those ropes like.
Again, I'm going to say it one more time. There is a lot of footage that's out there on great, great fighters. And coaches today do not go and look at it and say,
why?
Let me take that and give to my fighter.
Why is that, though?
They don't do it. I'm going to tell you why. Because their head is about as big as this room. That's why it's called ego, okay? Because here's what happens, right? They want to take what they've learned and be successful. Don't blame them for that, right? Every coach want to do that. But I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. If I see what Pernell Whitaker has done and it works, I'm going to emulate that.
Right.
I'm going to emulate the defense that Pernell Whitaker did. I'm going to emulate the movement and the step and slide that Salvador Sanchez did. I'm going to emulate the movements of a Wilfredo Benitez. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to emulate the punching speed of a Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm going to throw my punches
all
on
the greats,
move.
like you said,
Exactly.
all of these greats that have set the bar.
Set the bar. Exactly.
That have,
there we go.
You know, that you can emulate off of. The best of the best.
I'm going to go even one further than that, right? And the one that's further than that is there's a couple fighters that was able to do this, and one of them was Muhammad Ali. Throw punches on the move. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? There's fighters out there that in the videos, all the footage is out there, but nobody looks at them, right? Look. The Brown Bomber, Joe Lewis, right? Joe Lewis has got a book out, How to Box. How to Box is still being sold to this day. Right now, it's still being sold. Now, there's people still buying that book because the things that Joe did, it works.
Right.
It works. And how many coaches you could say got that book?
You know,
I'm gonna go deeper than that. Now, how many coaches got a book of combinations they could teach their fighters? I can ask fighters in this gym right now. I can ask fighters in this gym how many combinations can you show me right now? How many? Let me correct that. How many 6-punch combinations can you show me right now? that you know right off the top of your head? You could say and do it right now. I can ask that of champions and everybody else, and they all probably, because a lot of them don't have a plan. That was the difference between the fighters in the golden era
the
and the
old school mentality.
Exactly. The fighters in
And
the
that's what
golden
they get
era,
back to.
they had a plan. They had a plan. Okay, they had a plan on what they was going to do when they get in that ring. Okay, that's why I always ask my fighters when they get ready to spar, what's your plan? What is your intent while you in there? What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to move my head. I'm going to do this. Okay, how are you going to attack them? And what part of the body are you going to attack?
Right.
This part of the body? No, dude, you got to be, no. I want you to tell me straight up. My goal when I get in that ring, I'm going directly for your eyes. I'm throwing jabs directly to your eyes. And once I hit you in the eye, I'm going to continue hitting you in the same eye, in the same eye, in the same eye. Why? It's my job.
Right.
My job is to do what? Get you out of there as fast as I can, right? If it means that I got to close both your eyes, or if I got to knot you up, that's the job.
That's the job.
It's
and
either,
not to get hit, or try to get it hit as less as possible.
Either,
Wow.
It's either that he gonna do it to me,
right,
or he gonna knock me out, right?
Right.
Again, I say it again. Boxing is savagery. Ain't nothing pretty about it. That's why you're supposed to be moving your head.
Exactly. You know, and like you said, going back to that Frazier Clark, that punch with his jaw like that, brutality, straight savagery. We were just talking about that. If this wasn't the modern ages anymore, that guy wouldn't be alive. Sorry, no disrespect to him, but it's the truth, because back in the Stone Age, how would we be able to eat? Puree some saber-toothed tiger or some
his jaw was completely
mammoth,
falling down, bro.
You know?
Yeah, his jaw
so
was
modern medicine helped save that guy's life, but that's what you talked about. This is sports, but combat sports. This is a martial art. This is brutality. This is savagery. This people can
get killed.
People can die.
They get killed. And that's the mentality that the fighters need to have. We need to take this back to the old school. And the old school mentality is, yeah, I can get killed in this ring. A lot of people don't look at it like that in today's modern age, okay? You don't take your life for granted.
You don't.
You don't take your life for granted for nothing. For no reason. You know, when we driving down the street, I don't take my life for granted. At any time, somebody could plow into me. So what am I doing when I'm driving? I'm looking all around to make sure that no one is going to plow into me.
And that's funny, because they call defensive driving.
Exactly.
In boxing, defense wins. Pernell Whitaker, Coach Prince. Coach Prince.
Come on.
By the way,
come on.
He talked about books. You know who else got ebooks? Coach Prince got ebooks. Check it out.
Yeah.
Art of the Jab and Defense, boxing defense.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Well.
That's right. And the thing of it is that, you know, I want to put the knowledge out there. I want to give the people knowledge and this and that. Everybody ain't going to go for it. That's cool. But you know what? The fact of it is just putting it out there and letting people know. Let people know who I am, where I'm coming from,
what you're about,
what I'm about,
right.
Okay? What my fighters are about, basically, and that's it. I'm not giving away no strategies and all this other stuff. I'm just telling you where I come from as a fighter. You know,
but see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to gas you up, but that's what brought me in here.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Some of y'all might not know, but Coach Prince and I, we first met because I did announcing at the first fight night at the Duke over here at Georgia Duke. But I saw his mentality. I saw what he was trying to teach his fighters here. I have no fight background, but I want to get with it because I can see what he's trying to instill in these fighters. I can see what he's trying to instill in me, the dedication, the discipline, all of that. Like I said, I'm 40 years old, but I'm trying to get into the best, not only physical shape, but mental shape as well. And that's
Look,
what it takes over here.
It's never too late to start doing some sort of working out or self-defense. It's never too late, okay? As long as you are alive, it's never too late. The only time when it's too late is when you on your deathbed, and that's it, okay? And God forbid if that happens to anybody.
Right.
But the bottom line to it is, it's never too late for anybody to learn. It's never too late for you to start working out. It's never too late to reverse whatever your body's going through, to reverse that sort of sicknesses and illnesses and things like that. It's never too late to do it, you know? So that's why we need to exercise. That's why we got to have that mentality.
Right.
We got to have that mentality of, I'm going to survive, okay? Now, I'll tell you something that a lot of people don't know about me.
Yes, sir.
I'm a cancer survivor.
Hey,
I'm a
congratulations, sir.
cancer.
No,
I'm a cancer
amazing.
survivor. I'm a cancer survivor. We going back now, maybe 15, 16 years ago.
That's amazing, sir.
I had cancer. I had the exact same cancer that Lance Armstrong had. Okay, the exact same one. And with modern medicine, I'm still here today. Okay, now I only had one type of cancer. Okay, usually when a person gets cancer, they get two cancers. There's a hematoma and a teratoma. Okay, and the reason why people don't get cured of cancer is because they have two cancers, and they can only treat one. You understand what I mean? The medicines that we have can only treat the one. Thank God I only had one type of cancer. Okay, if I would have had two, I might not be here today. You understand? So the bottom line to it is this: I learned to fight the hardest person in the world, myself. You understand? And it was a mental battle. A mental battle. Okay? You got all these guys, they got all these belts, and they got this and they got that, right? But let me tell you something. What I experienced in cancer is tougher than anything anybody would want to go through in their entire life. And trust me when I tell you, I don't wish that on anybody. Okay? You understand? I'd rather see him get in the ring with Mike Tyson and take a Mike Tyson punch than to go through what I went through. Right. Okay? I went through pure hell with that cancer. Okay? And all I'm saying is this, is just straightforward. You got to know yourself. You got to believe in yourself. Okay? And you got to be able to execute when it's time to execute. And the reason why you got to be able to do that, because you don't know how long you got to be on this earth.
Very true.
Okay? You understand? And that's why these judges cannot be out there robbing these fighters of their victories. Okay? Because there's lots of things that happen in life, and then you got a judge that's going to just take it away from you? Now, that's got to stop. And Teddy Atlas, you are 100% right, and I'm on board 100% with you. Okay? 100%. All right? I mean, it just doesn't, and more boxing coaches need to speak up about this too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's got to stop, man. It's got to stop. You know? It's got to stop.
Like you said, maybe somehow that idea with the, will come to fruition with the commission and everything. But
well, there's one thing that we could do as coaches. We could write to the sanctioning bodies, like you got the IBF, you got the WBC. Look, you can write it and present it to them. You can write it and present it to them. We can write it to them and present it to them and say, hey, look, this is what we suppose in order to stop this and stop that. Now, if they like the idea, hopefully someone will take it on and say, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Or they can say, no, we don't think that's a great idea. It's cool. But the bottom line to it is, you could present it just like you present it to anything else. Like I'm presenting it right now. We could write it up like this and just say, hey, let's send it to him. Hey, man, what you think about this? Send it to, what's his name, Mauricio Suleiman.
But it takes more than just, like you said, it takes other coaches.
It takes other people.
And it takes other people to speak up. More experts.
Speak up. Come on. This is ridiculous. Come on. I mean, look. When they thought that the 15 rounds was too much, they said, okay, we're gonna bring it down to 12 because too many people getting mangled, too many people getting killed, right? So they brought it down to 12 rounds. Okay. Now all your championship fights are 12 rounds, right? But now we're starting to see more judges making bad decisions. Whereas you had the 15 rounds. There were no bad decisions like that because we had a clear winner.
Right.
Clear-cut winner. You could be winning the first half of the fight. Second half of the fight, you lose the second half of the fight. Okay? Like I said, it was very, very rare.
Resolve, right? Yeah.
It was very, very rare. You saw a dude
go all 15.
And that's why Muhammad Ali was so great. Because he did 15 rounds. Okay?
That guy, man.
You understand?
Talk about watching tapes. Like you said, there's so much amazing tape out there.
Man, all the fights, Ali, Frazier, all of them were good fights.
It's that corner move. Talking about movement in the corner. Look at how Ali was. Man, how many punches was that? Within that he?
I didn't count. Yeah, I didn't count. But my
classic.
My whole point of it is this, and just to show you, if you can't hit the head, what do you go for? You go for the body, right?
Or whatever they leave
Okay,
open.
well, check it out.
Arm,
Okay, check it out.
shoulder.
Check it out. You have no fight experience, and you already answered the question. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
If you
sir.
can't hit the head, you go to the body, right?
Have to.
So why do we see all these fighters out there head hunting? You understand what I'm saying? Why?
Right.
If you can't hit the head, you immediately go to the body.
You know?
What?
I've seen exactly. I've seen great, and that's the thing. Like people will feel how they feel about this. Personally, I've taken boxing. I don't know. I don't see this as a dirty move, but I've seen. I'm not sure who it was. They get that didn't see you. Where guys blocking, put them a good defense, but then they hook to that arm to knock that arm out of the way. So that cross comes through, So you have to break the defense, right?
Well,
so if you're not giving you the head, you got to go for what they're giving you.
Look. Since you brought that up, listen, I'm gonna break it down. You could tear through a guy's guard very easily if you know what you're doing. Okay. All right. Some of the things that you see out there. Put your hands up for me real quick. You get him up, he got his hands up, arm pull his arms down, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, pull the arm down, right? Right in here. You got the elbows that's right here. Punch his elbow with a hook, knock his elbow up, come back, pop that rib right here. Hit him in that short rib right there. Come on, man. There's a lot of stuff that's out there that you could do to people. And, guys today don't know how to break people down, okay? And this is the difference between the golden generation
and now.
You understand what I'm saying? Okay? In the era that I fought in, you had to know offense and defense.
It all went together.
It all goes together. You had to know how to move.
That's where the showmanship was being a symbiotic.
Yes, you had to know every punch. You had to do everything for the coach to let you get in that ring. Okay, and most of the time the guys was either a year, maybe 2 years. Some took 3. It just depends. But the bottom line to it is this: you had to know every punch. You had to throw every punch correctly. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not the same. You know what I mean? From what I see. And all I can say is this: the fighters that I'm gonna train, they're gonna be sharp. They're gonna be crisp. They're gonna be ready to go. That's what I'm saying. And we coming.
Proof is in the pudding.
We coming.
Honest,
Trust me.
yeah.
We coming.
We told you guys this before. If you are anywhere watching in Solano County or even just NorCal area, this ain't a far drive. We are here in Vacaville, here at the Georgia Juke, Boxing Profiles TV. Like I said, I've been training here with Coach Prince, Coach Mac, Coach Jose, Coach Jason. Not only has it been boxing, it's just been life wisdom. Like, it's a family over here, we train, and it's not just physicality, but it helps with mental, it helps with all of it. So come here because iron sharpens iron, like seriously. And he's giving gold every week. I'm just here enjoying the ride because honestly, I am not a pro fighter. I'm not even an amateur fighter. I have no fight background, like I said. I'm here because, Coach Prince has invited me here. But like I said, I am a fight fan, boxing fan. I'm an MMA fan, kickboxing, all of that fan. But like I said, boxing specifically, growing up with my dad. Shout out to my dad. I don't know if my dad will be watching this. Usually my dad does. But yeah, I still remember, his favorite fighters. Obviously, shout out to our countryman, Manny Pacquiao. We've always been, we were Pacquiao fans when he was fighting.
Hey, let me tell you something. Manny's special. Okay, I mean, you listen. Greatness deserves to be talked about. Period. Okay, greatness deserves to be talked about, and it doesn't matter where the fighter comes from. If he's great, he's great.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was great. Okay, like you heard me talk about Salvador Sanchez. Right. He's considered one of the best Mexican fighters ever.
Yeah. Speaking of Mexican fighters, that's what I'm saying. Grew up on Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yeah, made myself too. I grew up on
Hector Camacho Sr.
Hector Camacho Sr. He's a great Puerto Rican fighter. Right from he's from wait, let me get it. Spanish Harlem. Right? Yeah, when I lived in Jersey, he was fighting already. I remember watching him in the Golden Gloves. Watching the Hector Camacho in the Golden Gloves before he even turned pro.
Amazing.
And you know what this dude used to do, man? The bell would ring. He would sprint over to them He ran over to him and lit him up. I mean, when I say lit him up, I mean he lit him up. Okay? And then he would tell people, look, the dude got silly, so I just did what I got to do. You know, I ain't in here to play around. You know what I'm saying? And
do your job.
You do his job.
Get him out of there as fast as you can while trying to obtain as less damage as possible.
Exactly. Because the name of the game is hit, don't get hit. It's a science to boxing, okay? It's a science to it, and that's the thing. And it has to flow. Everything's got to work simultaneously. I mentioned that before. If it ain't working simultaneously,
symbiotic relationships in tandem. The offense and defense.
Okay, so I'm sorry to cut you off, but let me put this. Let me put it like this. If everything is working simultaneously, you found your sixth sense. Okay? I'm gonna say it again. Is if everything you're doing in boxing is working simultaneously, you found your sixth sense. Okay? People talk about Mayweather, they say, who could crack the code? Who could do this? Because Mayweather did everything simultaneously. Right. That's the reason why the guys couldn't beat him. It was happening naturally, where they were trying to struggle to keep up because it was their training that they were doing. It wasn't simultaneous training. You understand?
Right.
And this is the thing that people don't understand. What is simultaneous training? I'm not going to reveal that because that's one of the secrets.
That's what I'm saying. Okay? You got to come in here.
You got to get with a teacher. You got to get with a teacher. Then he could show you. Okay.
And not just any teacher though. We talked about that way back into our first episode here. There's levels. There's differences. No disrespect to any of the teachers out there, but there's a difference in quality. You better do your homework to see exactly who you're trying to get taught by when you're out there trying to get boxing lessons, because there's a difference.
There's a difference. It is a difference that's out there, and fighters that are doing things simultaneously they're gonna make a difference. Hey, can I get y'all to go back that way a little bit? Thanks, bro. Thanks. Can I get y'all to go back that way a little bit?
Coach Mac, my
Coach
man
Mac.
over here.
Coach Mac.
He's like, man, I'm far already.
Hey, Coach. Hey. We need to hear your opinion on Bivol and Beterbiev. You need to come right over here. I'll do mitts with him. Come on. And we want to hear your opinion. But you said Beterbiev won that fight. I want to know why. The fans want to know. Come on, bro. Come on. Right here, bro.
This is the fourth we've done it. Coach
right here.
Mac.
Come on. Nah, bro.
Coach
come on.
Mac.
Come on. Come on.
Coach Jason's here too. Coach Jason, you want to hop here?
Come on.
No, it's okay. I got to work today. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll get y'all next time.
Coach Jason off camera here. Coach Jason.
So what's up, fellas?
Coach Mac, the incomparable Coach Mac, rocking the Outcast shirt. I don't know if y'all can see. Coach Mac, so you believe that Beterbiev was the better man that night?
Yeah,
yes.
I do. I was going for it.
You supposed to, when I start going side to side.
Me and Coach David, we didn't watch the fight. We walked in like the fifth round, but I was actually worried, to be totally honest. I was like, he's not punching as hard as he could. You know, what's wrong with him? I thought he was starting to look old overnight. Like they was anticipating, some people were anticipating, but he started to pick it up. And, you know, he clinched those last, the championship rounds, no doubt.
Right.
I think the scorecard's are fair, you know?
Yeah. Personally, like, so that's the thing. I don't know. The first time I watched it, I thought Bivol won. But then at the same time, I was like, you know what? That at least could have gone to a draw. But then I was like, you know what? Remember, or maybe Beterbiev won. So it all. It's very intriguing because that rematch now, it will have people, I think, like, you know, their mouths watering. People will want to, I think will want to see that. Do you think people will want to see if with that rematch, if Bivol can?
Do they want to see it? I don't think Bivol really wants to fight.
You don't think so? You think he's done? You don't think he wants to fight Beterbiev again?
I don't think so. I don't see it in him.
I think he mentioned it. I don't know if he mentioned it right afterwards, but I think while he was in there, so he was very respectful. So Bivol was like, he's like, I'm not gonna come up with excuses. He hit me hard. He was the better man. Congrats, Carter. But then they did ask him. I don't know if it was right after or if it was at the press conference, but he said, yeah, he was running back.
Okay. Well, if he said, yeah, but I mean.
But I mean, that's what I said with Coach Prince.
I don't see the fire. You know,
right.
The guy really wants to run. He'd be like, man, I can't wait to run it back.
That's what, so he probably thought that he actually lost it. That's the thing. That's the thing with Coach Prince. That's what I was saying with Beterbiev.
I mean, it's just that rough of a fight. He just doesn't anticipate. You know, he just don't want to go through that again.
Yeah, you don't want to get, because that's the thing. He was rough. Because, like, his face looked pretty bad. Like Coach Prince said, it's probably because Bivol had his guard up the whole time and was getting that hand knock. But nonetheless, those must have been some hard punches because his face was pretty purple. And like you said, he was able to break out.
Beterbiev,
right.
Yeah, Beterbiev was like he was smart, basically. Beterbiev.
Right.
He was just as
so what right. So what do you think? And that's the thing. Beterbiev, I think I was reading. He was saying in the press conference afterwards. He said personally, he's like, I don't like how I look. He was all like, he's all like, Allah chose me, so just so luckily, I was able to. So he was very humble with everything, but at the same time, he was all like, I don't like what I saw in myself in that fight, which means that he's gonna come. Man, and he's an animal. Just be able to say that, I didn't like what I said. If he goes back to the drawing board, he's going to be, he's dangerous already. But if he,
That wasn't his best performance. I mean, he had a much better showing against Marcus Brown. Like I said, Calvin Smith, even Anthony Yard, he looked better. He just looked. I think it was maybe a case of a little bit of nerves.
Could have been nerves, right?
Nerves, get the best of everybody.
Right. So, like you said, when it came down to the championship result in the later rounds, to go that distance, like you said, man, and
he
be able to
at that point, yeah. But like I said, from 5 to 7, I was like, what is this guy doing, man? He's just with the taps and everything, just kind of trying to find his range. And he just wasn't. Somebody needs to teach Beterbiev. As good as he is, I mean, you got to remember the guy only got 20 fights. I don't care about his amateur pedigree or whatever. The pro game is a pro game. That man needs to learn how to cut off the ring.
That's what I've heard. I've heard about that guy, right? He's like, stop chasing, right?
Chasing that dude, man.
Cut him off, right?
As much as you stalked him, that should have been the first thing you learned, is how to cut off the ring.
Yeah, right?
Yes, man. Watch George Foreman. Something, good.
Man.
But yeah, I mean, still, he's a hell of a fighter. Both of them take their hats off to him. Don't really like, did you see what the whole life was doing to him?
No, what happened?
Oh my goodness.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it scared me. So he was like a big, that could have been precursor to why he was performing that, because she's suing and he's got the
when I did hear about that. Yeah, talking about his kids and all about that. See that, to hit a man like that and trying to say, I'm going to cheer Arthur on and all that.
So she was. They came out with big footage afterwards, and she's just going crazy with the opposite side, cheering for the eyes.
That, like you said, man, that hurts, man. To mess with a man's psyche like that.
It's just downright. It's so foul and sickening.
I'm telling you, man, it's like all that stuff. With that stuff, this is the stuff you should leave out of the fight game, man.
It's bad. It's bad.
No. Thank you for your insight, Coach Mac. For sure. I was gonna say it's almost about an hour. I don't know if Coach Prince is gonna hop back on, but I was gonna say, Coach Mac. Shout out to Coach Mac, because Coach Mac, you have your own show as well, right?
Not anymore. I did at one point, but I kind of got out of it, man, because I needed better equipment. I didn't want to keep doing it.
Right.
Thank you.
It's all good.
Tony got all the good equipment now.
Because I was going to say, actually, if you guys look on Boxing Profiles TV, the main picture there, I think, is Coach Prince and Coach Mac on there, and no.
Oh, yeah, so, no, I was trying to
do the interview, like kind of how we're doing it.
Trying to give insight on the upcoming fights and stuff like that. But the fights is as we get closer and closer to the end of the year, the fights is kind of like waning down.
Right.
We got some good fights coming up.
I was gonna say this is some of the great. Oh, there we go. There's some great fights. You should be in the front. Y'all should be in the front. I should be backstage.
No, it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, is there any fights that you're both looking forward to in the coming years?
Well, there's one fight that I'm looking forward to see. What's his name? Beterbiev. Not Beterbiev. He used to be known as El Bandera from Arizona.
El Bandera.
Benavidez, yes, David Benavidez. He's supposed to be fighting David Morrell.
Oh, okay.
Now that's a good fight.
That's a great fight. Fantastic fight.
That's a good fight.
Who you got?
I'm gonna stay with my man, the monster. I'm gonna stay with, although I like Morrell. I love Morrell, but I'm gonna stay with the monster. I'm gonna stay with him. Now, Coach Mack got his head down.
He got his head down.
Coach Mack got his head down because I know
on
he picked Morrell.
No.
who you
I'm
got?
about to go with you on that one. I mean, as much as I would like to go on Morrell, because we were talking about, because the winner of that fight is supposed to fight Bivol, right? So I was saying, I was just, I just was saying, look, if Morrell wins, he beats Bivol, in my opinion. If Benavidez wins, Bivol beats Benavidez.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. My opinion, I think both of them gonna lose to Bivol. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. They're not fluent enough to deal with Bivol's footwork, his offense, and his defense. They're not fluent enough. Okay, don't get me wrong. David Benavidez he's great at what he does. But when you got a fighter that is constantly moving, and you do not know how to set your feet or know how to throw punches on the move, you got all kinds of problems all night long. Now, if the judges help you win, then okay, that's the only way you're gonna get a win. But if not, it's gonna be another master class of boxing, and that goes for David Morrell and David Benavidez. I'm telling you right now, that's my opinion, because I understand what the fluidity is all about. Okay, that movement is dangerous. It's very dangerous, and you don't see fighters fighting like that today. Okay, what Bivol did, that constantly moving. Beterbiev, he couldn't get those hard punches off. He couldn't get them off. He could not get those punches off. So how in the world, if you can't knock this man out, come on, man, this dude's supposed to be all that kind of stuff, right? I'm gonna knock out everybody. Come on, man. You're a human being, okay? There's levels to this game, okay? And I gotta agree with Eddie Hearn. We've all put a master class of boxing on. But somehow he didn't win the fight. Oh wait, let me correct that. The judges gave him the fight.
Oh, Bobby. Hey, what's up, Bobby? How you doing?
Yo.
Since Mexican Monster will stop David Morrell.
Hey.
What's up, Bobby?
Yeah, the monster will stop Morrell. I think so. But I don't know if he fights Bivol. He ain't gonna beat him, and neither will Morrell beat Bivol. Neither one of them will do it. I just don't think that's gonna happen.
I think Morrell, I just his aggression. I don't think Bivol. I don't think Benavidez beats Bivol, but I think Morrell knocks him out.
Why would you say that?
Because his aggression, man. That man's like a.
Well, wait. Well, we just saw. Okay, we just saw. Beterbiev is supposed to have aggression.
It's a different
you think Beterbiev has more aggression or less aggression than Morrell?
Okay, it's a different kind of aggression. I was glad you asked.
Different.
What type of aggression would you say it is, Coach?
Because he has a more calculated aggression, like Tito Trinidad. Beterbiev's aggression is sloppy, it's crude. It's aggression, but it's clever.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
Caveman.
He's a brute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's barbaric.
Yeah.
But like I said, Morrell, he's accurate. He's sharp.
So you're saying Morrell is more of a cerebral assassin?
Yeah.
In his approach to to what he would do to David Benavidez, right?
Or to Bivol.
Oh, to Bivol. I'm sorry, to Bivol.
He loses to Benavidez in a close one. I don't know if he gets knocked out, but he loses to Benavidez in a hell of a fight. Probably a decision in my eyes. But like I said, I think he knocks out Bivol.
I was
going to say, interesting take here from Bobby. Bobby said he brought Canelo into the conversation. He says he believes Benavidez would stop Canelo. What do you guys think about that?
Bobby, I love you, my brother, but I got to tell you, I don't think that would happen. And the reason why I say that is because I'm going to base it on Canelo Alvarez's work ethic. Canelo Alvarez's work ethic is like he started, after he lost to Mayweather, he started putting in the work like no one has ever seen before, and he has not stopped yet. He is still,
except for Bivol.
Except for Bivol. He is still one of the hardest working men in the sport of boxing, okay? And so is Bivol. Those are two of the hardest working guys that I've seen in that. I think Canelo has too much experience. His head movement, he could box, he could slug. And Canelo's a little bit shorter than David Benavidez. And Canelo's gonna get to that liver shot. I'm telling you. He gonna get to that liver shot and he gonna drop him. I'm telling you. But I don't see David Benavidez beating Canelo. I don't see that.
It says, oh, no worries. It says Canelo is too small for Benavidez, and he says he didn't look good against Bivol.
You can't say that.
Canelo gets us out in the later rounds.
Come on, we can't say that. Come on, we can't say that.
Hey, Bobby, you know, I can dig everything you're saying.
I dig what you're saying.
I used to share that same, thought process, but
You gotta agree with Prince.
I do, man.
Yay.
Canelo he didn't prove himself to be the true OG, man.
Yeah.
You can't count that dude out.
You can't count him out.
Ever since he took that, he got taken to school by Floyd. He done improved leaps and bounds every single time out. Even when he's faced Class B tier opposition, I'm not counting. Hey, go ahead. Throw the Bivol loss in there if you want to.
Hey,
Go
before
ahead. If that's all you got, throw Bivol in there. He learned from that too.
Yeah. Hey, let me say something real quick. Let me say
Coach
something real
Jason,
quick.
I'm just hanging out.
camera.
Hey, let me say something. Hey guys, hey, I want to let y'all know about there is a new podcast that's going to be coming out, and Coach Mac is going to be hosting it. And if I'm saying it right, it's Fight Line, right, my brother? It's Fight Line. So when Coach Mac is ready, he'll give you guys some more information about it. And we want you guys to be checking it out. Man, it's going to be something. I'm telling you. So
He laughing at y'all. No, that's what I'm saying. This is great. This is what we want. This is what we want.
Right here, brother.
We want discussion. Not everyone's going to agree with the coaches or with us what's going on. Bobby clearly doesn't.
yeah,
That's all good.
yeah, Bobby. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong.
That's
Bobby
all
said
right.
yeah.
We gonna get,
Bobby?
we gonna get together and we gonna place a wager on it. We gonna be eating.
Oh.
Hey, I want Dunkin' Donuts. That's what I want.
Oh, there you go. Put some money and some donuts on it, huh?
We used to catch it at Buffalo Wild
Some
Wings.
dough and donuts.
Hey, yeah, Buffalo
Oh,
Wild Wings.
Buffalo
sounds
Wild
good, too.
Wings.
Yeah, sounds good too.
B-dub-dub.
Yeah,
Right
That's
on.
it. That's
So that
it.
sounds good.
That's it.
Man, so wow, look at that. This week we actually went over a little bit. It's about what, 107, 110.
Yeah.
You want to keep on going, coach?
Nah,
It's up to
we
y'all.
can cut it. We can
Wanna
cut it right here, bro.
Oh, and let's see. One more thing that Bobby wrote before we cut it. Canelo doesn't want that smoke against Bivol. That's why he didn't want to negotiate a contract. And Bobby said, no donuts. Bobby said, no donuts.
Hey, Bobby, I'll agree with you when you said that Canelo don't want that smoke from Bivol again. And the reason why he don't want that smoke is because Bivol's footwork and that constant punching was hell for Canelo. Okay? And Canelo, I'm telling you, he couldn't do nothing with him. Now, maybe in the second fight, if it happened, he might do a little something, but I still think Bivol comes out on top.
I would want to watch that.
That would be another fight to see.
Watch
Did
that.
you guys talk about him Zoo versus General Zod?
Who?
We call him General Zod.
We call him Zod.
We call him Zod.
Who that? Zod? Ain't that dude from Superman 2?
Yeah, we call him the dudes that got, all the beards. And
Wait. Don't tell me this dude got kryptonite in his hand.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah, he got triple O, yeah?
Yeah, he's fighting this weekend.
Oh, okay.
The title.
Ooh. 30 seconds.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's another fight I'll be watching.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody up in there got some big time laughing going up in there. You see it? Who's that?
Bobby too.
Bobby Sanchez?
Bobby too.
Yeah.
Canelo only fights.
Boxers he can walk down.
He can walk down Benavidez. What's up,
You can walk Benavidez down. Come on, now.
Listen, man, let me explain something to you. They call Benavidez a Mexican monster, but who has he knocked out? You got that one clip of him socking that little dude, Porky or whatever, Porky Medina, 1,000 times. Number one, he socked that dude 1,000 times, and that dude finally went down.
Wait. He knocked out the French dude, but that dude was.
He said.
He knocked out a French dude.
I meant Canelo only fights boxers that he can walk down. That doesn't have enough power to keep him off.
Listen. Benavidez ain't got no power that you talking about neither. He don't knock out nobody. Stop. Caleb Plant went how many rounds? 12. Who does he knock out? That dude, Mexican monster of what? Who is he scaring? He don't knock nobody out. He's a cumulative power puncher, if that. He's just a.
Yeah,
he's a pressure dude.
So you're saying basically he's not a one-punch knockout guy.
No, I'm saying he overrated. He ain't what y'all.
Oh!
And Canelo gonna whoop his ass.
Oh!
Coach is right.
And he said no donuts, so he wants you to put dough. No donuts, dough.
Pizza, whatever you eat, and we gonna bet it.
Oh man, I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know what? Does Bobby train here as well?
Well, Bobby came by last night. Bobby's alumni.
Bobby alumni from here.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, Bobby, come through, man. We need you live, bro. That's the thing, man. Coach Prince, like you say, we're trying to do some Fight Line. We got some stuff as well with Georgia Duke and these up and coming stallions, these young bulls that are here. This is a dude named Diego that's here.
Man, I can name. We got Will that's here. I can name a lot of the fighters. But man,
Coach Mac's son, man.
Mason,
right?
Yeah,
Mason.
Yeah, we got a lot of fighters that are here.
Young bulls.
Yeah, young bulls, and we gonna, just like I said, we gonna get them ready. And we took them to a couple gyms and stuff like that. There's some other gyms that we'll go to, but we gonna do it in our time. We're not gonna do it in other people's time. We're gonna do it in our time when our fighters are ready. And then because my motto is this: put hands on them. Okay?
It says right there, throw hands.
That's it. Throw hands. And put hands on them. That's my motto. Just straight up, put hands on them. Okay? That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what this thing is about. Yeah, there we go.
One more before we leave. Bobby said, "Oh hell nah, you owe me 3 rounds." As in who? As in Coach Mac owes you 3 rounds, or Coach Prince?
Which one owes you 3 rounds?
I don't even know 3 rounds. You knocked me out in 10 seconds, probably less, Bobby. I don't need. So which one you talking? Which one of these guys you talking to?
You want? Oh, wait, Bobby. You want some of this? You want some of this? What you say? Oh, wait. You said yeah? Oh, come on.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, Coach Mac. He said Coach Mac.
He said Coach Mac.
Bobby, you don't want to do that, man. I'm in shape, Bobby. Stop. Don't do that.
That's for our next episode of Boxing Profiles TV here at the Duke. No, seriously, Bobby, this is good. This is what we want here. Bobby said you don't want none of the body snatcher. Everyone who's watching this, who is not Bobby, developing. Like honestly, you want to watch what's gonna happen this next week because Bobby gonna come in here.
Yeah, I heard.
Coach Mac.
Tell Bobby he's getting himself in trouble right now.
Coach Mac. I've seen video of Coach Mac that he's been putting on his Facebook as well. 30 seconds.
Somebody laughing. Who's that?
Bobby said, Coach Mac said, Aaron knows. You say you know. And you use the first name now. First name basis. And put in all the boxes. Okay. Developing. Like I said, we're at 113. Coach Prince here laughing. Coach Mac here. Bobby, we might need to have you come here. And we might need to film that. Fight fans, once again, go on Boxing Profiles TV on YouTube. Subscribe, especially with what's developing here and what's going to happen this next week. You won't want to follow us. Y'all will want to follow us. All right?
Hey, Bobby, you know I ain't got to get ready. I stay ready.
I'm just going to say this.
I'm always ready.
I'm just going to say this. I'm gonna say this. Excuse my voice. All right, listen real good. The cream always rises to the top. Oh yeah!
You took that from that Macho Man. Ooh yeah, the cream always rises to the top.
What he say?
I see on the menu on the feature Mac ribs. He said he tried. Oh man, I love this shit talk right here. Man, he coming through. He coming through with the shit talk. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yo, but real talk, man. We love y'all. Bobby, come through.
baby.
All the other fight fans, thank you so much for watching. You know, on behalf of Boxing Profiles TV,
Yeah.
Georgia Duke Center, as Coach Pierce always says, keep punching, but don't get punch drunk. We'll
Yay,
see
yay.
y'all in the next one. Yay, yay.
That's it.
Have a good one, y'all.
All right.
Take care. Bobby, we'll see you in here, bro.
That was crazy.